Alright, random little chemistry talk. Let's talk about some drugs that end in azole. Azoles are a class of 5-membered heterocyclic compounds containing one nitrogen and one non-carbon atom like a nitrogen, sulfur, and oxygen. That's part of the ring. So here are some examples. Imidazole is very common. Some more examples, I'm going to mention a drug with tetrazole in it. More examples, there are a few drugs with isoxazoles in them. Some more examples, and then some more not common examples. So the first drug that comes to mind when I think of azole is fluconazole. Fluconazole has a triazole ring. We also see a triazole with voriconazole, itraconazole, and posaconazole. Fluconazole is used for your classic vaginal vulvocandidiasis or yeast infections. It's also used for cryptococcal meningitis after AMP-B or flucytosine. Voriconazole is used with aspergillosis. Itraconazole is used for endemic fungi like histoplasmosis. Posaconazole is used for prophylaxis of invasive aspergillus or candida infections. For example, in patients who are at high risk of developing these infections, like those who are severely immunocompromised, like with bone marrow transplantation. Isavuconazonium is another broad-spectrum antifungal. It's metabolized into isavuconazole. We see it has a thiazole ring. Some other antifungals are ketoconazole and clotrimazole. These have imidazole rings. Ketoconazole comes as both an oral and a topical formulation. The over-the-counter version is the 1% anti-dandruff shampoo. It's called Nizoral. There's also a 2% prescription shampoo as well as a 2% topical cream. Clotrimazole is over-the-counter for athlete's foot and jock itch. It's Lotrimin AF. Time for the non-antifungal drugs that have the word azole in it. Here we have omeprazole, esomeprazole, lansoprazole, dexlansoprazole, and then pantoprazole, aka Prilosec, Nexium, Prevacid, Dexilent, and Protonix. These are PPIs or proton pump inhibitors. They're used for heartburn and acid reflux. They have this benzimidazole ring in them. This little nitrogen-containing ring is an imidazole, and then this is a benzene. So this is a benzimidazole. Some other drugs with a benzimidazole in it are mebendazole and mebendazole. These are broad-spectrum worm drugs. The brand for mebendazole is Enverm. Another drug I'll mention is methimazole or thiamazole. Its IUPAC name is 1-methyl-3H-imidazole-2-thione. It's used for hyperthyroidism like we see with Graves' disease. It inhibits thyroid hormone synthesis by inhibiting an enzyme called thyroid peroxidase or TPO. So up here, another drug that ends in azole is your classic metronidazole. This one has an imidazole ring. It's used as an oral tablet and a vaginal gel for bacterial vaginosis or BV. It covers gut anaerobes, so we use it with intra-abdominal infections. It covers Bacteroides fragilis, and then it's sometimes used for C. diff infections with VANC. It's used for trichomoniasis. This is an STI. It's actually a parasite. It covers other parasites like Giardia as well. I see it used a lot for dogs because it hits bacteria as well as parasites. Another drug that ends in azole is sulfamethoxazole. This one has an isoxazole ring. We see sulfamethoxazole in combo with trimethoprim and a drug called Bactrim. Bactrim is one of the first-line agents that we use for cystitis or a UTI. It also can be used for the outpatient treatment of pyelonephritis. It's used for PJP and toxoplasmosis primary prevention as well as treatment. These are a couple of opportunistic infections. Opportunistic infections are infections that can take advantage of a weakened immune system, like someone who has AIDS. Bactrim also covers nocardia, listeria, and MRSA or methicillin-resistant Staph aureus. So we use it sometimes with the treatment of purulent cellulitis or skin infection. Danazole also has an isoxazole. Danazole was the first FDA-approved drug in the US for the treatment of endometriosis. It's not really used for endometriosis anymore due to its androgenic side effects. Some more drugs that end in azole are anastrozole and letrozole. They're aromatase inhibitors. They inhibit the enzyme that convert androgens to estrogens. Anastrozole has a triazole and letrozole has a tetrazole. These drugs are used for chemoprophylaxis in those who are at high risk of developing breast cancer. It's also used as adjuvant endocrine therapy in the treatment of breast cancer. I also see men who are on testosterone sometimes take aromatase inhibitors, again to inhibit that conversion of androgens to estrogens. Lastly, I'll mention two drugs that have azole in it that don't have azole rings. So aripiprazole and bexpiprazole or Abilify and Rexulti. So we have a piperazine and a dihydroquinolinone, and down here benzothiophene, like no azole in sight. Cariprazine or Vraylar seems to be more appropriately named. Has a phenylpiperazine, so it ends in zine. Let me know if any of you guys know why aripiprazole and bexpiprazole end in azole.